So I recently went through a breakup. Can't even call it that because it didn't even last that long. But the reason why, and I was hurting so bad. The reason why I was hurting so bad was because I felt like I wasn't good enough. It wasn't necessarily because she broke up with me. It wasn't necessarily because I missed her. It was more just because the fact that I was not good enough. I felt like I was not good enough for her in her eyes. I felt like I wasn't good enough at all. And that kind of hurt, because like when someone breaks up with you, it's like, okay, well, what did I do to not be good enough in your eyes? And the truth is, you're not good enough. You're not going to be good enough. How old are you? Probably like, if you're watching this, you're probably like 16 to 25. You have to understand that most men at this age, we don't have anything. We don't have anything to offer women. All we have is our looks and maybe our charm and maybe we're funny. That's about it. We don't have a whole empire. We don't have money. We don't have intelligence. Maybe some men do, but not us. Not us. We don't have much. That's why you have to wait a couple years until the dating game kind of switches for men. Meaning, if you grind right now, I guarantee you that in a couple years, or in a few years, not a couple, but in a few years, women will actually find you more attractive because you have more value. You bring more value to them. That's all really it is with a woman. And by the way, all women go through hoe phases. They'll have like a whole relationship where they'll be like, "Oh my goodness, I love you," and then as soon as they break up with them, they go through a whole hoe phase. Oh yeah, that's another thing too. Even if you break up with them, you're still gonna feel like you're not good enough. You're gonna be like, "What? But you broke up with them, so how are you not good enough?" You're thinking to yourself, "Why can't I find love? I broke up with them, and I don't why it wasn't working. Why can't I find a good enough man? Why can't I find a good enough girl?" That's just how it is, man. That's just how it is for both men and women. It don't matter. It don't matter. It's the same thing. You feel insecure about yourself. That's why it hurts so bad whether or not you get out of a relationship by them breaking up with you or you breaking up with them. It's because you feel insecure. You feel like you're not good enough for the right person. But I'm here to let you know that you're not good enough, but you can be. You can be. You can work for it. Women or men, it doesn't matter. You have to work on yourself. If you're insecure, you need to find out why you're insecure. Oh, you have acne. Oh, you're above 16% body fat. You don't have enough money. Promise you, if you work on those things, you're not going to be very insecure. Any woman that is over the age of 25 is going to want you for how much value you bring to them. Sometimes they just want you because they're lonely, because they realize they're running out of time. That not a lot of men are gonna want to marry them, and then they realize that they're gonna die alone. So they're like, "Oh shit, I better find a man." That's how it is with a lot of people. That's how it is with men too. But men typically go for once they actually like win in life and get a lot more money, they tend to go for younger women because the younger women are still fertile and they still have a lot of life left. Whereas women in their what the fuck? I'm balding right here. That's crazy. Is it? Is it baldness? Oh no, my hair's just growing back in. They what was I? Yeah, I mean, women after the age of 25, I mean, they've been like fucking ran through. Like they do that to themselves. That's the whole phase from like 20 to like 24, 25. And then they kind of realize, like, oh shit, I'm running out of time. But for a man, it's kind of like from 18 to 25, they get their heart broken and they're like, okay, well, I'm also running out of time, but they grind. From 18 to 25, a women, women will either be a hoe or they'll be in a relationship, just get out of it and then be a hoe, or some women will be like, okay, well, I'm just gonna work on myself, and they won't be in any relationship, and hopefully they do that because now they're working on themselves. But most women from 18 to 25, they're gonna be a hoe. Most men from 18 to 25, if they get their heart broken, they're gonna work super hard. Some men become hoes. Like, I'm a hoe. I knew a guy that was a hoe because he got his heart broken. But my point is, just, I would be a hoe. If I were you as a guy from 18 to 25, I would be a hoe in the sense of just get a girl, don't get attached to her, use protection, and grind at the same time. Do not care about this girl. I'm not saying like be an asshole to her, but tell her straight up like, hey, after you fuck her, be like, hey, I'm not really looking for anything serious, but I would like to keep dating you. I am working on myself right now. And she's either gonna be like, nah, that's bullshit, or she can be like, I love that, okay. And it's that simple. If anything, she's gonna be delighted, she's gonna be appreciated, or she's gonna appreciate you more if you just tell her the truth, like, hey, it's not worth it. I'm not getting into a relationship with you right now. I'm not good enough. Like, and I'm not saying that because you're not good enough. I'm saying that because you're fucking not good enough. You are seriously not good enough. What do you have? What do you have in life right now? You're probably still living in your parents' house. You're probably you don't have a car. Maybe you do have a car. Good for you. But your parents probably bought that. Your job sucks. You're probably in school right now. And after you get out of school, if your job doesn't pay well, you're fucked. You're fucked. You need to have a high paying job. So you need a high paying skill. So that's why you need to work on yourself. A lot of the one percenters, you say, oh, it's lonely at the top. Yeah. It's lonely at the bottom too. It's lonely everywhere. Everyone's being lonely because people don't want to get women, and they're gonna be like, oh, I'm just working on myself. Get women while you work on yourself. You ever think about that? And just don't care about their opinions. The only opinion that you should care about is your own. Doesn't matter what your dad thinks. Doesn't matter what your mom thinks. Doesn't matter what their friends think. It doesn't matter. The only opinion that you need is yourself. You need yourself. Your own opinion matters. That's it. Anyways, guys, follow for more tips.